Hello, welcome to episode 3 of the FEA Gaming Podcast with myself, Nightsy. We've got Ryan, as always,
Bonjour.
and a special guest. He lives. We see him once every 4 or 5 months, but he's joining us today on the podcast to talk all things PS5 event, and that is Mr. Ross Harrop. How are you, sir?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks.
Good,
Pretty good.
Nice to have you out from under the rock to join us today.
We have to drag him out though.
Yeah, right.
Wasn't
Yeah.
easy.
So as I just said in the little introduction, PS5 event. Firstly, what Ross? What did you think of it?
I really enjoyed it. I was quite surprised about the amount of games that they brought out, as well as like the quality of the games as well. There's quite a lot of AAA titles.
Yeah,
out the gate.
Yeah, and even like the indie ones were stuff that I was saying at the time to Ryan. I was saying that every single game had a different different style to it. And I feel like they cleared off a lot of different styles with their choice of games that they were showing as well. Okay, so we will start by asking the highlights of the show. So, Ryan, highlight. Best bit.
I mean, I'm gonna avoid talking about Spider-Man and Horizon because it's just like they're just the big ones anyway, aren't they?
Yeah.
But I think the highlight in terms of the games, I really like the look of that. Was it Kena, the one with the little black furry things?
Yeah.
I think that one's a standout to me in terms of highlights. I'm quite looking forward to seeing more of that come out. But I think they're all really good looking games. I think there was maybe one or two that I was a bit like, nah.
Snaps.
One being, well, no, actually, depending on the price, I'll probably end up getting it. So you don't know. But that weird cartoon one, just a note from me. That's something.
Oh, Goodbye Volcano High.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
I've got the list of games here. But yeah, Kena for me was the highlight.
Yeah, Ross, which one did you pick out? What's obviously try and stay away from Spider-Man because I squealed like a little girl.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I've written down for my highlight. It's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah. So,
but I will say that just the range of games that they kind of showed off, it feels like they kind of cater to everybody.
Yeah.
So even if you didn't like Spider-Man, I feel like there's something there for everybody.
Yeah, and if you don't like Spider-Man, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my highlight, I put down Spider-Man, but like even the news afterwards, which we'll get onto in a minute. Yeah, Spider-Man. But following on from that, it'd have to be Project Athea.
Yeah.
Which I found out were the developers of Final Fantasy 15. First podcast,
and it's the fangirl.
Yeah. That game was so good. It looked so good. Yeah, I can't wait to see what they do with this. Yeah, it's going to be a case of waiting and seeing towards the end of the year, I guess.
Yeah.
So following on from that, we had the news about Spider-Man that it was not a sequel, but it was a standalone game.
Yes.
But it wasn't like DLC.
The Uncharted one. Yeah, like that Uncharted Lost Legacy. I played that. I think that was on PS Now, and I played it, and that's an easy, probably 20+ hour game, and it's just a standalone. I would say it's DLC because it uses the same map, but obviously they changed certain things, and that's what they've said they're going to do with this Spider-Man Miles Morales.
So the thing with Spider-Man as well, you say it used the same map. Spider-Man is based in San Fran. New York, sorry. San Fran. New York.
I'm fan, eh?
That it can't. I mean, look at the films. They went to Europe. Fair enough. He was on a school trip. How would they change a full campaign around? So as you were saying last week, you look at, or the week before, Batman series, they started off small with Arkham Asylum.
Mm-hmm.
They then went to Arkham
City? No, there was one before that, wasn't there?
Yeah, so it was Arkham Asylum. Come on,
Then there
Ross,
was
you
something.
played them.
Then there
Arkham
was
Asylum.
something, and then it was Arkham City, then Arkham Knight, wasn't it? Or I can't
No,
remember.
it was Arkham City, then Arkham Knight, and then they done Arkham Origins as a side story.
Ah, yeah, that's it. Yeah,
so it was Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and then Arkham Knight. Obviously, they just took a small area and then they expanded on that area.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man has taken the big area, and where they go from there, I don't think they're going to with the Miles Morales. I think what came out
It'll just
afterwards,
be the map that we've used already, for sure.
Yeah.
It'll just look way prettier.
Yeah. I think what they suggested in the article that came out afterwards was that the base game was in it with better graphics and stuff, and this was extra on top of that.
Yeah.
I'm going to drop 60 quid on it again, 100%.
Yeah.
Damn straight. Yep. If it's a launch title, I'm going to get the bundle. If not, I'll get it as soon as it comes out. Easiest. No debate about it.
Yeah. So that was the Spider-Man news that came out.
Mm-hmm.
What other news have we had? We spoke about the leak of price, which Amazon have done it again apparently.
Like Amazon France this time. Apparently they've leaked the price and the date.
Yeah, as for I saw the price at £450, which, if that is true, that is cheap.
That is
for
a bargain.
The next gen.
Yeah,
I think it makes sense. Looking at the other consoles, seeing the price that they were at. Was it PS3 was 425?
Yeah.
And
was it
remember
really?
that didn't actually sell that well. Yeah, PS3 is 425 and the PS4 was 350. These probably for the base models. So I was thinking it's going to be somewhere around there. It can't be more than that because it's gonna hurt the sales.
Yeah. Well, I was reading an article that was talking about like how they're going to decide their price. Obviously, they're waiting for Xbox, and Xbox is waiting for PlayStation. But they say that what they normally take into consideration is that when they price it, they'll happily lose money on how much it cost them to make the console, but then they'll make it back by PlayStation Plus subscriptions and
Potentially
exclusive
PlayStation
deals,
Now as well, right? They're going to get extra money from PlayStation Now.
They can afford to cut off money off the console price because they'll make it up elsewhere. And like you think digital, if things start moving more towards digital, PlayStation gonna be able to stop paying Game and places like that their fee to sell the physical copies. PlayStation will just get the whole amount, so they'll be able to make money back that way as well. So,
and hopefully drop the prices of their digital games if they want us to go digital.
I don't think they will. I think they'll stay 50, 60.
I reckon the digital console is going to be the cheapest one.
Yeah, and games will stay full price.
Talking about the digital console, almost forgot there were two different things. The digital console, I did read somewhere earlier that they thought it could potentially be like, and this was in dollars, like $100 less than the one with a disc drive.
Yeah.
So I mean, you take that $100, you've got two brand new games there.
Yeah.
Just for not having a disc drive.
It depends on the hard drive size, though. If you're going to have a digital-only console, you've got to have a big hard drive.
Yeah.
Like at least 2 terabytes.
There's been...
Especially with COD being like 100 and something gig now, what's going to happen with the games on the next generation, you know?
I reckon 2 terabytes sounds big, but it's not going to last.
2 terabytes tiny still, isn't it?
It's going to be tiny.
Mm-hmm.
But then you've got to remember that is an SSD. That's a 2 terabyte SSD.
Yeah.
Which costs more than a standard 2 terabyte hard drive. I just can't wait to see whether if there are loading screens, because take the Ratchet and Clank gameplay, there weren't loading screens, but they used the portals as their loading screens.
Yeah, and like the in-between space between
I feel like that's how they're going to attack that.
Yeah.
So another article that I saw, It was an old Xbox. I don't know what he was. He was somewhere to do with pricing and that. He said there's no way that either of the consoles will be more than $500, which is 450 odd pounds ish, give or take exchange rate. So I mean, take the Amazon leak, and you take what he said. It's getting close to that 450 mark, right? 400,
Yeah.
450. Which means that I overshot it massively. I thought 2 terabyte hard drive, the graphics that they were putting in, the stuff that they were promising, it looked like it should have been more.
You might find that that's where they're shaving off the money, though. They're happy to lose money on the production cost.
I mean,
maybe if they sold it at a profit, then you would be looking at like £600.
Yeah.
But they just won't do it.
Yeah.
It's just too much money.
Unless they're banking on people getting a bundle. So you could buy the game, you could buy the console and the controller for the what was it, 450? Unless you want to get the bundle, we can take that up to 500, maybe a bit more, and they might get more money out of it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they'll get money out of me.
So the other thing to that is if the drive itself is going to take £100 off, potentially that bigger console could be 550, and the digital version could be 450.
Or it could be the other way around, with the big one being 450 and the digital one being 350.
Yeah, which is why would you not go for that digital?
That makes more sense for it to be that way around, because I think if you've done one with a disk drive for 550, it's just not going to happen. Yeah. Although they'll probably be happy with that. They'll happily sell people more of the digital ones because they get more money out of it at the end. So
yeah,
we'll see. I don't know.
Gonna be an interesting one for sure.
Mm.
So that was an Xbox guy saying that. We've got Xbox event coming up, as you mentioned to me, Ryan, next week.
Yeah, I don't know, not next week. It's in July. I don't know if there's an actual date for it. But the Xbox event is in July, so we'll do another live stream and we'll sit and watch it.
See what happens.
There's also been
be very unbiased in that, but
try not to be. I think it was in August. There's going to be a Bethesda show. Apparently, they didn't want to, but they were forced to. So it's going to be very chopped together. I saw a report that they're actually offering overtime for people to try and like draw this show together. And then
they
also
chuck some money my way if they want.
Exactly. I'll help. I don't know what I can do, but I'll help. There's also been the Warner Brother digital show that's been announced for August as well, and rumours of there being the new Batman announced, the new Harry Potter game, and a few others.
Harry Potter RPG, right? That's what I think I've read somewhere. Yeah. We'll see about that, I guess. Back to the PS5 thing. Another article is that the console is going to be customizable. Now, I don't know to what extent. It popped up. I looked at it. I didn't really read into it. I just sort of.
I think that was one of the actual PlayStation execs that said that as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe like the two white bits on the side, maybe they clip together on the back, and you can take them off and buy coloured ones. I can't see how you'd be able to customize the inside bit because that's the actual machine, isn't it?
Yeah. So the hard drive you could probably do because you can do it with the PS4s now. They'll probably allow you to increase the hard drive. I mean, like, say if they have managed to do it somehow that them cases can, or the outside case, the shell of it, can be taken off, I feel we will see a lot of special editions coming out with these faceplates on.
Yeah, it'll be like a Call of Duty one, a Spider-Man one for sure. It just has to be.
Yes.
Will I buy one? Probably.
Yes. It'll be interesting to see if that is the case and the sort of collections that people build up.
Mm-hmm. But there'll also be a custom. There'll be a custom market for it if they are removable. No doubt there'll be people that you could send them to, and they'll do like a custom design on it for you.
So, I mean, there is anyway, right? You can get like controllers that have custom designs and stuff.
Well, yeah, you got like
hydro
your
dipped
scuffs and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, if they do that, that'd be pretty dope. To be fair, I don't know where I'd store all the cases, all the shells.
Just along the wall.
Just
Hang them up
mount
on the
them.
wall. Yeah.
Look at my
Why not?
100
Get another
PS5s. Psych. A PS5 for each one.
Well, why not? Be rude not to, right?
Well, let's see. So we saw the 2 editions, and the first thing was, it's a Pro. It weren't. It was the digital. Are we going to see a Pro version?
Not straight away.
straight
No,
away?
a couple of years probably.
Same as what they done with the PS4 and the PS3.
Yeah, which will annoy the shit out of me because I'll buy it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'd rather they just did it right up front. You know,
Yeah.
here's digital, here's the normal one, and then here's the Pro.
But you're then looking at them losing out on money if they don't do it like that, right?
Exactly.
Let's
like
be honest.
They're going to get
The
two lots
PS4
worth
Pro,
of money out of me.
The PS4 Pro was probably ready to go at the start. They were like, "What we'll do, 3 years down the
just
line,
hold off a little bit.
we'll put this up. Everyone's going to go nuts for it." And I ended up buying 2. I bought one for myself and one for Chrissy. So I've got 2 Pros in the house. We haven't got 2 4K TVs. Like only one of them can be used.
Yeah, I don't even have a 4K TV. Still got one.
I know they had a better RAM and stuff for processor power and that, but it probably wasn't worth having 2. Could have got away with having one for the for the single player story driven 4K games.
Yeah,
and then just one just to play on.
But I think Sony got you like a sucker with that one, didn't they, mate?
They did, mate. Here we go again. Let's go.
Round 2, baby.
So game. Well, I mean, here in the UK, because of sort of coronavirus, everything's opening up again. Are you going to be pre-ordering from the regular retailers, or are you going to do it online?
Amazon, I think.
Digital.
Yeah, I think I'll go Amazon.
Don't really think
though.
game offers that much anymore, to be honest.
No, they don't, and they probably won't even be doing like a midnight launch for it.
No, I think they will. I think there's going to be enough that they will.
I honestly think it won't be long till they go bust.
Especially with the digital edition as well, they're going to be struggling. Yeah, and imagine Xbox might have something like that as well.
For sure.
So there was a little something beforehand. They were working on something called Project Lockhart, and that was a digital Xbox One X, not One X, Xbox Series X. I'm never going to get my head around that, man. Like, just put a 2 in there somewhere, you know?
Yeah, it's not that hard, is it?
Yeah, so they were working on something called Project Lockhart, and the following the PS5 event, there was a tweet saying Sony beat Microsoft to Project Lockhart. Like, they beat them to that digital. It was always going to go digital, right? Like, we're moving towards. I haven't been to game apart from getting my Switch. I haven't been to the game, buy a physical game for I don't know, 3 years probably. I just don't.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
Yeah, I don't go there very often. Like Ross said, they just don't offer much anymore. It used to be like they'd do like a pre-order bonus for games that you literally wouldn't be able to get anywhere else. But now you can get that exact same bonus on Amazon. They'll deliver it to your door on the day. You haven't even got to go anywhere.
Or a day before sometimes.
Yeah, or a day before, which is what I'm hoping for in PlayStation.
So talking about that, this is a complete tangent. My Last of Us was sent out today.
Was it?
Yeah.
What day is it? It's only Wednesday. Oh, could be tomorrow.
I'm hoping that come home and that is me for the evening. Like,
sure,
that is me for the evening. I'm so excited to get my hands on that game. Right, back to sort of PS5 thing. So we've gone through our highlights. We've spoke a little about news that come out afterwards. I'm not gonna. We'll go with curiosity. What game got you most curious about what it's going to be? What it's going to entail?
Ross, do you want to go first?
I I couldn't really pick one. I kind of got like a couple.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna
Destruction
load mine
All-Stars
up as well
is
now.
probably my first one. I'll say
Destruction All Stars. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I mean, straight away that kind of
So
It
that
got
could
me
be
going.
just like mindless fun with a few mates, couldn't it?
yeah.
For sure.
You can jump on, jump off. It's easy.
Yeah.
I love the fact that not only are you trying to destroy each other's cars, but you can also go and kick their ass as well. Like
yeah, so
the
once your
fact
car
that you
blows up,
can-
you're just running around on foot.
like that's I think that'll be I feel like that could, depending on what they do with it, that could be a fairly good esport.
Yeah,
Right.
could be like the next Rocket League.
Could be like next.
I was gonna say it,
Fortnite.
I didn't want to because they're different style, but yeah. What were you saying, Ross? Sorry.
If they could be like the next, almost like a Fortnite situation.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they can build on it, right?
It's got that character to it, you know.
Yeah.
So you take that. So you say take a Fortnite sort of style, and like artistically, it's quite close to Fortnite as well. You look at the style of the characters. Why would they not say this is a destruction game where we're going to have 100 players, right? And hear this out: 100 players. They all drop in on a car at the edge of a map, and you've got to race or do a king of the hill right in the middle. You can go around, you can wipe people out. There's vehicle repair stations around the map that have limited uses.
That'd be Havoc.
It'd be Havoc, but imagine how much fun that'd be.
Hasn't there already been, I feel like there's already been a battle royale that was in cars. I'm sure there was. Let me fact check myself.
I can't recall.
A couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And is it still
I'll
around
fact
now?
check myself. No, otherwise
Like,
you'd know what it was called, and I'd know what it was called.
That kind of market is like, especially for a Destruction Derby style game, right? That kind of market is just there. Destruction Derby, I think PS2 game. Did anyone play it at PS2?
Nah, not Destruction Derby.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, that kind of reminds me of the GTA. Like,
Yeah.
They had like a Destruction Derby type game mode.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
It's called Not My Car.
Not my
and
game.
It's on Steam.
Not my game, unfortunately.
Mate, it's free. It's free to play on Steam. But yeah, it's a battle royale with cars.
Yeah.
And guns, apparently. But yeah,
No,
I mean,
never
there's
heard
no
of it.
harm in doing it. I don't know how I feel about the battle royale genre anymore.
I'm getting over it, right?
I'm already over it. I don't know.
I feel like everything's trying to do it at the moment, so
Yeah, it's just
kind
like
of oversaturated.
It's very unoriginal, isn't it? No matter what game you're playing, battle royale is battle royale. Like it's not going to change. They
guess
can
it's
add
just
a couple different things, but it's still the same thing. Isn't it?
it's just the quality of the gunplay and stuff, right?
Yeah,
Pretty much it. Ryan, your I can't remember what I called it now. Most game that got you most curious about what it's about.
Curious. So
Curious.
like I could play it two ways. So the game that got me most curious, I have to say, is Stray.
Yeah, I did
you
have that
play as a
as well.
cat. How is that going to work? Like that makes me curious. And
so apparently it's a delivery cat.
Delivery cat.
Yeah,
I heard it was
he had like a
cat
thing on his back,
detective.
didn't he?
Yeah.
you heard it was a what?
Oh,
Sorry,
that sounds
A cat
better.
detective.
Cat
Apparently,
detective.
is going to be like the cat is trying to solve some sort of mystery. You play as the cat. Is what I've read.
Okay,
But it's still weird, isn't it? It's
yeah,
like
it's a little.
what?
Strange.
No one has made a game yet where you play as a cat like that. So I'm definitely curious with that one.
Mine would probably have to be. I mean, there's a couple, right? So you've got Jet, the Far Shore. That looked interesting. That was the one where it was the spaceship just flying across loads of different things.
What it's saying about like surviving and things like that. But it's literally just this little spaceship.
Potentially that one.
I feel like there wasn't enough.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said when we watched it. It was like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's just a rocket flying over like water. Okay. What next? Is that all we're going to be doing? No.
You'd hope not, right? Just flying a ship the whole time. Finger on R2.
Just like woo.
Yeah. And now I can't remember. I think it was called Returnal.
That's the one where the woman kept dying.
Yeah.
In the spacesuit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Returnal. Looks good.
I didn't expect the gameplay that I saw from it.
Yeah.
I was quite surprised. It's quite intense. Quite action packed.
I think another one that made me a bit curious was Pragmata. The one where we were like, that's Hideo Kojima.
Yeah.
That's got to be Hideo.
And it weren't, it was Capcom.
And it wasn't.
Awkward.
So,
awkward.
It was a very interesting cut, but I'm curious to see gameplay.
Yeah.
And what they do with it. And what the whole story is about, to be fair.
So
it looks like they're going like, let's try get as weird as Death Stranding does. And they're working on it.
I feel like that's a kind of let's prove that we don't need him kind of
possibly
thing,
yeah.
You know, bit of a rivalry going on. And I'm trying to pick it out of the games, but I can't remember what it's called. What was the one with the dude who took a dump and the transition was like perfect?
Oh, Little Devil Inside. That one, Little Devil Inside.
I think so.
Was it? Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that
where he was like climbing up a rope and then he dropped the bomb.
Yeah.
And as the bomb dropped, the guy was sat on a toilet.
Yeah. That transition was like flawless.
Loved it.
Great.
Loved it. It's so good.
So good.
Yeah, that surprised me quite a bit actually. I tend to not really like kind of that type of looking game.
Yeah, I'm the same.
That actually kind of
That's how I feel about all of the games, though, to be fair. Like, I've always leaned towards the like super AAA games, and most of those had the feel of indie developers.
Yeah.
But I was interested in pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
Which is a surprise for me.
We had.
And it'll be a surprise for my wallet, I think, when it comes to it.
Start building it up now, bud. Put some money aside.
I think so.
So the other one for me was Deathloop as well. That game looked good.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I don't know how it's going to work.
Yeah.
That was the game that was made by the same developers as
Dishonored, wasn't it?
Dishonored, yeah. Looks like a 1v1 race to either protect or kill a target.
Yeah, that's the most I could get out of it. It's like you play as the guy, you've got to try and kill these 8 people, I think it was, to break the loop. But then all the while, this other person is chasing you, trying to stop you from breaking. So, I don't know.
So there are most curious. What wasn't there but you wish was there? So what was the disappointment part for you? What do you wish they had added to the show that would have made it?
I don't know. I don't know if I can really say I was disappointed at all. Like, as the show went on and on, I was getting a little bit more disheartened about there being no console. But then they just threw it in at the end.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I wouldn't say I was disappointed. I would have liked to have seen God of War. But they could be saving it.
I was thinking this earlier, right? Why would you show 4 or 5 exclusives when you've got Spider-Man and you've got Horizon?
Exactly.
If God of War's not quite ready to show yet, don't risk it.
Yeah.
Keep it under wraps.
Or just wait till Xbox's event and then just release the trailer on the day of Xbox's event.
Man,
that's what I'd do.
That'd be ridiculous. Could you imagine? Could you imagine Xbox event starts and then Sony tweet out, we've got a God of War 2 trailer for you, boys.
Here's 10 minutes of gameplay. See you soon.
But don't forget the Xbox event's on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, guys. Sorry to interrupt. Carry on.
Yeah. Or like halfway through the show. It's just like...
Yeah.
It'd pop up on my Twitter, mate, and I would be... I don't know this screen. I'd be over like, ooh. Yeah.
Hello. But, yeah, so... Well, apparently they've got plans for monthly events up until release, PlayStation now.
Yeah.
So they could well be saving some more of the good stuff for the next one, just to keep it more interesting. Because if they'd have come out with this one and been like Spider-Man, Horizon, God of War, Uncharted, all in this event, then they go to the next one. It's just like, here's all our second-party games.
Yeah.
People, they wouldn't have had the hype. Like
I
this one
imagine.
did.
I imagine if they're doing a monthly event, they're going to have a mix of games like we saw this time
Mm-hmm.
for each one.
Yeah.
Maybe less first-party stuff.
Yeah.
We'll see, I guess. I mean,
and maybe just a trickle more of console information for each one.
I
More
feel like
gameplay.
the gameplay, yeah.
More information about the games, yeah.
Ross, any disappointment? Happy with it? Wanted to see something that weren't there?
Not see something. I was kind of, in a weird way, I was disappointed with Deathloop and Village. Like, I felt Deathloop is too close to Dishonored.
Yeah, like as soon as we watched it, we knew.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, like I really enjoyed like the concept of the game when they started to explain it, but just the actual gameplay, I was a bit. It's like I feel like I've done it before.
So yeah, the movement and the
like the powers
from above was just too similar.
Even like the takedowns and just the way that that you'd be attacked, it kind of just felt like it'd been done before.
Yeah.
And then the Village, the Resident Evil one, I felt like it didn't necessarily need to be a Resident Evil game from the trailer. It might be more Resident Evil-y when you play it, but I was kind of surprised when it said
the lack of zombies, though, right?
So
yeah, but
that's the thing.
I was really interested. I was watching. What? This is a new game.
Yeah, we were
new IP.
like, oh, it's Resident Evil. Okay.
Yeah.
But then, if you look at that, number 7 was exactly the same, right? It wasn't.
It was just in the house, wasn't it?
Exactly.
With creepy
Resident
people.
Evil 6 was co-op. 2 people could play it.
And you played a Resi game for ages.
I haven't, no. But that was co-op. You could play it together. Lots of zombies. This just, I don't know. They've changed direction.
More of like a Van Helsing game with a werewolf.
So I think I said something like that during the thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did as well.
I'm fairly sure I said, Van Helsing, like the dude with the hat when it was round. I was like, it's Van Helsing, and then it was like, it's Resident Evil. I was,
God damn.
Yeah, I feel like they're taking that game in a completely different direction to what everyone knows it to be in. I'm sure there's people out there that love them still, and fair play. Like, go and enjoy your game. I'm not going to shit on any game at all, but yeah, for me, Resident Evil isn't Resident Evil anymore.
No, it could be why they chose to mask it under Resident Evil. You'll get people that buy the game regardless.
Because
of the fans of Resident Evil.
It's the same with anything, isn't it?
Yeah, but I want to see more of it. It does look good, but I just want to see why it's called Resident Evil.
Graphically, it looked good. Graphically, it looked really good. And of course, this is all that whole event was 1080p, 30 frames per second. I imagine down the line, one of the events will probably be 40k, 60 FPS only. How they'd stream that out, I don't know. Because obviously, 40k, 60 FPS is all well and good if someone's got the graphic capability to do it. Obviously, YouTube will just downscale it. Would they want to fund 40k 60 FPS to go out and potentially be downscaled all the time? Don't know.
Apparently, all the trailers that were shown at the event, if you go and watch them individually, they're all 4K. But it's just like while they would stream in the actual event, it was all 1080p.
So it's probably a bandwidth thing.
Yeah, I'd say so. Can you imagine if all those trailers were 4K and they had to try and stream that out to the masses?
I mean, so it had just been downscaled for me anyway, so it would have been exactly the same as me watching it anyway.
So, I think they did it the right way.
So we've covered off what we liked. I haven't said what I didn't like, but
what didn't you
again,
like? Again,
I want to see God of War, but But I understand
Yeah.
why they didn't. They had two AAA games there already. Yeah.
I think if they had God of War, it would overshadow everything.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, in my opinion, I'm a massive God of War fanboy, so
Yeah. I feel like they might do their own thing for God of War.
Yeah, they might even do like a state of play
Hmm.
for God of War. So keep an eye
I
out.
can
for
see that. I
one.
mean, like The Last of Us 2, right? They recently released something on that state of play thing.
Yeah,
I can see them doing something similar for God of War. And possibly at the end of it, sort of, it'll be Corey Balrog, who's like the lead designer and stuff. At the end of it, just go, oh, and by the way, God of War is going to be available whenever it might be, 2022.
yeah. Holiday 2021.
Be
Give me
nice.
my guess.
That would be nice. What other games do we think are in the background then? What sort of, I don't know, either first party or non-first party, second party, if you want. What sort of sequels do we think they've got going on? And this was a
Well,
difficult one for me to try and come up with because
we're going to
I
see a
cared
Call of
about.
Duty at some point as well, right? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like the reason why they didn't show it is because it's not done yet. Because Treyarch have been pulled forward a year, haven't they? So they've lost a year
Oh,
on their dev cycle.
didn't know that.
Yeah, so this year was supposed to be Sledgehammer, but there was a big bust up between Sledgehammer and Raven. So then Activision were just like, "You're done, scrap it." They've brought Treyarch forward a year, so they've had to basically force their game out a year earlier. So I don't know if we're either going to get a very unfinished game this year, or they might not even release it this year, which I'd rather they didn't. Like, just let them have the full time and do it properly.
I feel it's they're gonna release. That's all. That's what they always do, don't they?
Yeah, exactly.
And people
it's just
will
going to
buy
be
it.
an unfinished
People
game.
will buy it. Yeah,
exactly. It's the same with FIFA, right?
I'll buy it.
It's the same with FIFA. People will buy it.
Yeah.
That's. It is rumored to be a Black Ops game.
Yes, Cold War. What they're saying.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Battlefield.
So, I don't know.
I want to see a Battlefield.
Forgot about Battlefield.
I want to see a Battlefield.
Well,
I'm thinking that's going to be Xbox's event.
Well, they've just stopped support for Battlefield 1.
Mm-hmm.
They recently released the last DLC content or whatever.
And they dropped
that's
all
them
of them
done.
onto Steam as well, haven't they?
Yeah, that's them done. Battlefield 1.
I feel like Battlefield 1 was out like 4 years ago. I haven't
Yeah, it's
played a
not been out
Battlefield
It's been a
game.
while.
I haven't played
Yeah.
Battlefield game for ages, but
There's been Battlefield 5 since then, so it's definitely been out for a while.
Yeah.
But no, I think that'll be. I think we might see that at Xbox's event, because I'm pretty sure in the past Battlefield has been shown with Xbox.
Okay.
I think it might just be the same again. Hopefully.
Yeah, there were no FPSs on the Sony live stream, were there? So I'd be interested to see if there's anything coming.
No, there wasn't, was there?
No.
I think they are just banking on Call of Duty, aren't they? Because they've still got the exclusivity deal with Activision.
Yeah.
They're just probably sitting there like, when are you actually going to give us something we can show the people?
Yeah.
They're probably just like,
Treyarch are just shit
when
their
it's done.
pants. Yeah, it's like, it's not finished
We
yet.
started last week. There's been a few more games that have been released, sort of trailers and stuff since the event. So we've seen EA. I feel like EA are going to announce something once a week
FIFA.
or twice a week. We've had
they're
Star
probably
Wars
do their own
Squadrons.
event, right?
I don't know if they will. I think they're just going to do like, this is our summer of gaming, and they're going to say they started it off with Star Wars Squadrons. Next, Madden's been announced. And then next week, I feel like it'll be another sports game and whatever else they've got in the works. So, I don't know. Dragon Age, maybe? No? Apart from that, there's been a few, I say smaller games. We were interacting with Tribes of Midgard, which is a Gearbox game. which are a pretty big developer, right?
Oh, yeah, I was trying to figure out the situation with that, and I think it's been developed by this indie studio, and then Gearbox have like swooped in, and they've like picked it up, said we'll put you on this massive platform.
We'll publish it.
Whether or not they've actually had an input with the development, I don't know. But it does look good.
Yeah, it does look good fun. Hit us up, Tribes of Midgard. We want a beta key.
Yeah, if you're watching, give us a couple of keys.
And Ross, if you haven't seen it yet, I'll send you a link to that because that game, it looks like it could be good fun. It looks co-op as well. It looks like it could be good fun. Really interested to see that.
Yeah, I was just watching some gameplay for it. It does look pretty cool.
Yeah.
Different. Yeah. And it's Vikings, so it's up.
Yeah, I'm in that whole phase at the moment, so that's right up my.
No, you're not. I didn't notice, bud.
I've watched the whole of the Vikings right up to date within 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah, that's a lot of episodes.
Yeah.
How many series are there for Vikings?
There's 8, 7.
There's technically 6, but season 4 and season 5 were split into 2 with
They do that.
the same amount of episodes in each season.
Was that with the ending of 4 was where he went home and they all turned on him?
No. That was ages ago.
That was ages. That was 3 seasons ago.
Happened since then. God.
So we've had a few bits from EA. They're going to trickle their games out. Call it summer of games. They've announced everything moving on to Steam platform as well, which I think is a huge thing. Because that's one less launcher you have to have, right?
Yeah,
I am fed up with launchers.
Yeah, I agree. I think I've got how many? I've got 1, 2, 3. I think I've got 5 launchers.
And then the standalone launchers. Total War. I'm looking at you.
Nothing to do with me.
Yeah, games coming out with their own launchers as well that you launch from Steam and then it goes into their launcher, and just so many launchers on my hard drive. So that's huge for people who are loyal to the Steam platform. You never know. Steam might get some decent sales out of EA as well.
I don't get what's the need to be loyal to Steam though. Like, I don't get it. Just go wherever the price is better, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
If it's cheaper on Epic, I'll buy it on Epic. Simple as that.
Yeah, I think the more launches you have, the more platforms, then it's going to be the consumer that gets the better deal.
Yeah.
Which they should be catering for anyway, right? We're the most important people in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if Steam have like kind of the strongest platform, they're going to obviously be a bit biased.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that it's always on my mind. Elder Scrolls. When are we going to see it?
Well, I reckon.
I don't even think it's going to be at Bethesda's event that they're doing.
Because they did do a little cinematic for it, right? They done like a zoom in.
Yeah, when was that? E3
about 4 years ago.
Something like that.
It was a while ago.
I don't know. I've lost a lot of faith.
Did you say that they're doing their own event?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me check. I'm pretty sure it's August.
So whilst you're looking that up, there is also new Avengers stuff that's coming next week. Although they just said it's a new trailer. So I mean, we've seen trailers. We've seen some of the customization stuff.
I wasn't that sure on the trailer, unless they've heard what people have said and gone, "Oh shit, we need to do something."
They did.
Yeah,
big
weird.
What's your
like
plot?
a
Is
big
it because it's what?
There was a big hate towards that game when it first got shown.
Yeah. It's
And
because
I don't get why.
I think I know. I think it's because we're all so familiar with that MCU that they've gone, hey,
like,
look,
that
this
doesn't
is
look
what
like
they
Tony
could look
Stark.
like, and everyone's gone, ugh, what?
That's not my Iron Man.
That's not the real Tony Stark. It's an imposter. You know, I personally, I think the idea of it is good. You can play co-op and level your heroes up and stuff as well. From what I've read previously, that's cool. Give me that. Like, did you ever play DC Universe Online? Either of you? Ross, you did. I think we played it.
We played together a little bit.
Yeah. What about you, Ron?
I played a
Quite
very
fun.
small amount of it.
Yeah.
Not
So
a
that
lot.
was like build. Not a fan. You're not an
No.
MMO fan,
Yeah.
are you?
Not really.
No. So you could build up your own character and choose skills and stuff with that. This gave a more, well, a Square Enix style to that sort of game, I feel. Not MMO, obviously, but the RPG elements and stuff. I think it's a nice mix. I didn't see anything wrong with the characters they were going for. 'Cause it's not canon, right? Like, do they? I don't think they have the rights to Marvel at all. I mean, I think Marvel's gaming rights are spread out across all kinds of different developers.
Yeah, it's
So-
not like how Star Wars have done theirs with just EA. Marvel are just like, you want a game? Have a game.
Yeah.
Like, bring us
How
an
much
idea
money?
if we like.
Yeah, my
How much money? Huh?
You got to sell? Yeah, it'll sell.
Yeah.
That'll do.
I'll take a little bit of Marvel, a little bit of Marvel, a little bit of Iron Man, a little bit of Captain
if
America.
you're going to make an Avengers game, why not, include the movie characters? I mean, it's on such a high at the moment.
I think
Yeah.
they've so Square Enix have probably said, hey, we'll make an Avengers game. Can we borrow the name Avengers and can we borrow your Marvel
All the
logo?
characters. Yeah.
You think how much they'd have had to pay the actors for a
Oh,
start?
that's true.
Just crazy.
Like, you want Robert Downey Jr.'s face in your game, you have to pay bucks.
But then you're looking
Like,
at
big
Robert
bucks.
Downey Jr., you're looking at Hemsworth.
Yeah, all of
You
them.
Everybody. Yeah.
like,
Samuel L. Jackson or have him.
Oh man, could you imagine Samuel L. Jackson how much he would charge per line?
Yeah.
What's that? You want me to say? Oh, well, that's 100,000. Yeah. God damn, where are the Avengers? Another 100,000, please, thank you. Like the budget for that game would have been ridiculous if they'd done that. But I think they've just purchased the rights to the name. And to be able to make an Avengers game, I don't think there's any sort of
Yeah, well, they
contract
made
with-
like a big talk about how it's like their spin on the universe and it's what they think. I feel like that's because they couldn't have the MCU.
They couldn't
It's just
pay
like,
for it.
well, we don't want to lose the opportunity, so we'll just do it our own way.
Yeah. Hmm.
I do think it'll be good, though. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. It's something that I'm looking forward to seeing as well. Any other topics? What else have we got? Have we got anything else from the PS5 event you wanted to cover off?
Any other mentions, Rosh? You watched it more recently?
You covered quite a bit from the stream. I did think actually, in terms of Unreal Engine, because the Unreal Engine 5 is coming next year as well, towards the end of next year. So that could be really interesting as well, combined with a PlayStation 5.
And I
I
feel
don't know if any of
like-
you've seen any of the videos at all.
Yeah, so there was
So
that Unreal Engine showcase thing, wasn't
Yes.
there? Like the gameplay that was filmed on PS5. That makes me curious to think, is Epic and PlayStation going to have some sort of little deal going on where all the exclusives for PlayStation get to use Unreal 5 like 6 months before everyone else or something like that. But it looked pretty, like really pretty.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
and all the games that were shown are still on Unreal 4 if they're using that engine. So I think there's going to be a lot of a lot of good things to come with the new engine.
It'll be interesting to see. Yeah.
I think I need to buy a 4K monitor as well.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
I'm
Like,
thinking,
I don't have one yet. Do I get a 4K monitor or do I get a 4K TV? I don't know.
I've
I
got
don't
the
know what to
TV
do.
part, so the next step is
Yeah,
a
and yours
monitor,
is like
right?
right there, isn't
Like,
it? So I don't know. I could get a 4K TV and have it like above my two monitors. That'd be a cheeky little purchase.
so
I think 4K is definitely the way to go.
4K, yeah, for sure. You got to think about that refresh rate as well, though, right? Like, you don't want it to be
Played a
4K.
144 hertz, I think, would be nice.
Oh,
Probably pay a price for that though. God.
I've seen them. Depending on what you get, it's around 300 up.
That
Upwards.
is not bad.
Yeah, I
pay
think
that. Oh yeah.
Between now and when the PS5 comes out, I reckon I could save a bit of chunk of
A
money.
few hundred quid. Easy.
Yeah.
yeah, 4K monitor's the next one, I think.
Yeah.
So
I can't find anything about this Bethesda event, so I'll have to tweet out or something once I do find it.
So again, you can catch us all on our Twitters that I will put in either here any which way. Ross doesn't use it that much because he goes back into his rock where he gets no signal.
The shadow.
You'll see me in about 3 months' time.
Yeah.
Follow
He'll
up.
make another guest appearance. Yeah, there's a load of games that we're starting to we're going to start adding to the channel. We've got Last of Us coming out, which hopefully I'll get tomorrow and be able to play it a day early and get something up. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
But I'm not promising that because mail and stuff.
Yeah, probably won't.
Any final thoughts? Anything else you want to add before we close off?
Be interested to see what Xbox do.
Yes. So join us for that. Once we
Yeah,
do a
Ross.
quick search. Yeah, join us, Ross.
Join us, friend.
One of us.
Yeah, Xbox event will be tweeting out. We'll probably add something into our future videos, probably podcasts.
I think it just for now it's just July.
Just July.
Yeah.
So
July,
join
no
us for
date.
the whole of July, where we'll be
stream.
live, waiting for the Xbox. And hopefully with that Xbox, we get a cheeky little God of War trailer, right? Like, that's what we want.
Like, if you're PlayStation, you have to, right? You have to do something just to embarrass them a little bit.
Well, yeah. So I mean, like, the PlayStation event. Did Xbox tweet anything? Did they do anything during that event?
I don't think so.
I suppose that they're probably quite humble to each other, right? But I'm inside.
Yeah,
I'm
no
going
way.
inside. I'm going God of War, please.
Give me something.
Yeah, and I know Ross is little God of War fanboy over there.
See, I never played any of the old ones, just this new one. And absolutely loved it. It's just instantly become one of my favorite games of all time. Loved it.
Sure, there's a remastered trilogy on PlayStation Store somewhere,
or even on PS now. You might be able to get it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but don't play Ascension. It's terrible.
I think I watched you playing Ascension.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's not needed. Or if you do, you got to play it. It takes place in between one of the other games. So if you complete the original trilogy and then you play that, it's like, what's the point?
Throws you off.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll definitely recommend kind of playing the trilogy if you can.
Yeah, I think I might have a look at it at some point. See where I can find it cheap.
Right, that's it for us then. Thank you for joining us, Ross. Thank you for coming on.
Pleasure.
Go back into the nice warmth of your rock, and we'll see you in a few months' time.
Yeah.
I'll put up our Twitters if you want to speak to us, either individually or our FEA channel. Put your comments below. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know whether there's anything you want us to discuss in our. I'm not going to say infinite wisdom and knowledge, but we'll try and put something together
Very limited wisdom and knowledge.
Yeah, I say limited.
Hey, get back in your hole, all right? Jeez. Come on here and start offending us like that.
Get off my show.
Get out of here. Yeah, thanks again for joining us. Thanks for sticking around. If you, again, sound off in the comments, let us know what you think, what you want us to talk about, and we will do our very best to scratch all itches. Is that the saying? Itch all scratches? I don't know. Anyway,
we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, scratching itches and stuff. Anyway, see you later, guys. Have a good one.
Adios.
Bye.